Chapter 3, Moses continued. Then we went north toward the region of Bashan, and Og, king of Bashan, came out with his army to fight against us at the city of Edrei. We also conquered all the cities of Argob. The land in the region of Bashan that belonged to Og, we destroyed them completely and killed all the men, women, and children, just as we had done in the war against Sihon, king of Heshbon. We kept the cattle and the valuable things we found in the cities. There were a total of 60 cities, all of them protected by high walls and strong gates. The Sidonians call Mount Hermon Syrian, and the Amorites call it Senir. His bed, made of iron, measured 4 meters long by 1.8 meters wide, according to the measurements used at that time. South to the valley of the Arnon River, the border is in the middle of the valley. To the north, their lands go to the Jabbok River, which borders the land of the Ammonites. To the west, their territory goes to the Jordan River. From the Sea of Galilee in the north, to the Dead Sea in the south, and to the base of Mount Pisgah in the east. The bed is still in the city of Rabbah, in the country of Ammon. The Lord our God has given you these lands east of the Jordan River, and you have taken possession of them. Go up to the top of Mount Pisgah, and look to the north, to the south, to the east, and to the west. Look at the land carefully, for you will not cross the Jordan River. Give instructions to Joshua, encourage him, and strengthen him. For he will lead the people of Israel in taking possession of the land that you are seeing. Help your fellow Israelites until they have finished taking possession of the land that the Lord our God is giving them west of the Jordan River, and until they are living there in peace, as you are in your land. Now the men must take up their weapons and cross the Jordan ahead of their fellow Israelites to help them take possession of their land. We conquered all the cities of the plateau and all the region of Gilead and Bashan, up to the cities of Salekah and Edrei, on the eastern part of Bashan. But the Lord God said to me, "Do not be afraid, for I will make you defeat Og and his army, and you will take possession of his land." I also spoke to Joshua and said, "You saw what the Lord God did to those 2 kings, Sihon and Og. He will do the same to all the kings of the lands you are about to invade. Do not be afraid of them, for the Lord your God will fight for you." Jair, a descendant of Manasseh, conquered all the region of Argob, that is, Bashan, up to the border of the Geshurites and Maacathites. Your servant, for there is no other God in heaven or on earth who can do the great and marvelous things that you have done. So I ask you, please, let me cross the Jordan River and see the good land on the other side, the beautiful hill country and the mountains of Lebanon. But because of you, the Lord was angry with me and did not listen to my request. He gave his name to the cities there, and to this day they are called the villages of Jair. You will be victorious, just as you were against Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived in Heshbon. The Lord our God let us defeat Og and all his army, and we killed everyone, leaving no one alive. We also conquered many cities without walls. On the edge of the valley of the Arnon River, and also half the hill country of Gilead with its cities, and to 1/2 of the tribe of Manasseh, I gave the rest of Gilead and all the region of Bashan, where Og had been king, that is, the land of Argob. That is how we conquered, at that time, the lands of those 2 Amorite kings in the region east of the Jordan River, from the Arnon River to Mount Hermon. Ogi, king of Bashan, was the last king of the race of giants called the Rephats. Moses continued, "After we took possession of the region east of the Jordan River, I gave to the tribes of Reuben and Gad the region that lies north of Aroer. All the region of Bashan was known as the land of the Rephates. I gave the region of Gilead to the group of families of Machir and to the tribes of Reuben and Gad. I gave the territory that goes from the region of Gilead. At that time, I gave the tribes of Reuben and Gad and the eastern half of the tribe of Manasseh the following order, but the women, the children, and the livestock. No, you have many animals will stay here, in the cities I have already given you. Then you may return and live in the land I have given you here, east of the Jordan." At that time, I also prayed to the Lord God, saying, "O Lord my God, I know that you have begun to show your greatness and your power to me. On the contrary," he said, "enough. Do not speak to me again about this." So we stayed in the valley near the town of Beth Peor. Chapter 4. Then Moses said to the people of Israel, Obey all the laws and all the orders I am giving you now, so that you may live and take possession of the land the Lord, the God of our ancestors, is giving you. Do not add anything to the law I am giving you, nor take away a single word from it. Keep all the commandments of the Lord our God. You yourselves saw what the Lord did near Mount Pur, how he killed all the people in our camp who worshipped Baal of Pur. But those who remained faithful to the Lord our God are still alive, as the Lord my God commanded me. I have been teaching you the laws and the commandments you must follow in the land you are about to invade and possess. So the Lord commanded me today to teach you these statutes and rules, that you may do them in the land that you are entering to take possession of it. But your very life, and by this word you shall live long in the land that you are entering to possess. So be careful and faithfully observe all these laws. Then other nations will hear about all these decrees, namely, and these are the cities appointed for refuge: Bezer, in the wilderness on the plateau for Reuben; Ramoth, in Gilead, for the Gadites; Golan, in Bashan, for the half-tribe of Manasseh. And the Israelites possessed all his land east of the Jordan, from the river Arnon to Mount Hermon. Thus Moses commanded the people of Israel with regard to the law of God, his statutes, his judgments, and his teaching. And say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people. And go and make for yourselves any carved image, the form of anything that the Lord your God has forbidden you. Therefore know that the Lord your God is God. He is the faithful God who keeps covenant and steadfast love with those who love him and keep his commandments from Aroer, by the valley of the Arnon, and the city that is in the valley. As far as Mount Sion, all the cities of the plateau, and all of Gilead and Bashan, as far as the border of the Ammonites, to 1,000 generations, and repays to their face those who hate him by destroying them. For the Lord your God is a consuming fire, a jealous God. What other nation is so great that it has gods near them, as the Lord our God is near us, whenever we call to him? And what other nation has such righteous decrees and laws as this body of laws I am setting before you today? But be careful, lest you forget the covenant of the Lord your God, that he made with you. When you have children and grandchildren, and have been long in the land, and have become corrupt, and have made a carved image, an idol in the form of anything, remember that you were a slave in Egypt, and that the Lord your God brought you out. Thus the Lord commanded us to do all these statutes. Fear the Lord our God, for it is he who brings us and our descendants after us to inherit this good land. Therefore be careful to do them, for it is no empty word for you. Cities of refuge east of the Jordan. Then Moses set apart 3 cities beyond the Jordan, toward the east, that the people of Israel may use as cities of refuge. This was after the Israelites came from Egypt and reached the valley near Beth Peor, which looks toward Pisgah, the land of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived at Heshbon. And when Moses and the Israelites had defeated him, their territory included the Jordan Valley, the rest of Gilead, the plateau, and all of Bashan as far as Solikah and Edrei, the cities of Og's kingdom.